Mr. Wagner, if you can hear me. All right. Irina Tsukerman, if you're there with us.
Yes.
Irina, all right. Irina, well, Donald Trump has said a lot. He's going to do a lot. He's going to be targeting illegal immigrants. He's going to be figuring out hotlines. He's going to, in fact, act on the first day itself. Mass deportations are going to happen. Of course, this is going to create a frenzy. It could be a logistical nightmare as well. But the fact of the matter is, if something like this is orchestrated or articulated by Donald Trump, it will also result in human rights violations as well for the people who are already there in the United States. What do you make of this initiative by Donald Trump, and how likely is he going to be successful in terms of processing it?
Well, thank you so much for asking this question. Obviously, it's a complex issue, but no, it does not have to end up in human rights violations. Much will depend on implementation and execution, and arguably, the human rights violation consists of keeping of thousands of people in camps for years to come without adequate resources to process them, or keeping them on the streets because there are no economic resources to house them while they're waiting their asylum hearings. However, the start of the deportations will focus exclusively on individuals with criminal background. That is far from a human rights violation. There is absolutely no inherent right for anyone to be in the United States if they have a criminal record and they're here illegally in violation of existing laws. And pretty much everyone around the U.S., with the exception of several organizations that receive their funding from defending such people, agree that this is an appropriate measure to restore law and order. We simply do not have the resources to deal with the excess of individuals who have criminal records, and they are contributing to a rise in crime. Now that will be a monumental task in itself. There's about 700,000 people with criminal records who are in the U.S. illegally, and according to the nominated to the new Homeland Security Chief, it would cost about $86 billion to deport all of them. I think it's going to be a process, and I don't expect miracles. I think this entire process will take a long time, and Donald Trump will be lucky if he can make a dent in identifying the millions of people who have come here illegally. There will be logistical issues. There will be issues once all of these individuals with criminal records are processed, if that even happens during his term in office, which, as I said, may take far longer than people expect. Then you have the second hurdle of identifying other people who may not have criminal records but may have committed a crime while here, or they may have been previously deported and have returned and have other migration-related violations. They have family complications. Just identifying them is going to take time and resources, and of course a lot of the economic factors have to be taken into consideration. How far is Donald Trump willing to take it? Is he willing to penalize businesses employing such individuals? If so, it's going to make a major there is going to be a major problem, because a lot of small businesses depend on illegal migrants. There's a lot of workers who are here illegally. Is there going to be a parallel process to reform the legal immigration system to make it easier for people to come here legally and take care of some of the economic migrants who may not have done anything else wrong, and who may be willing to take the lower salaries for jobs that Americans don't want or do not or are not willing to take? All of these questions remain unanswered for the time being. But human rights violations, I don't think there's going to be any intention of deliberately violating anyone's human rights or throwing out people who are qualified for asylum.
All right. Scott Faulkner, I hope you're there.